I want to make a music instrument that pops bubble wrap. And I'm naming the genre either bubble pop or bubble wrap. I'm still undecided.
This video is sponsored by Qualcomm Technologies, Inc. Their Snapdragon 8 Gen mobile platform delivers groundbreaking innovations in AI, photography, gaming, and connectivity. They also sponsored the musical teeth wall that I made a couple of years ago, so thank you Qualcomm for your continued support of my music career.
So here's the idea. Imagine a music box, but it's a lot bigger and you feed a sheet of bubble wrap through it. And I can have it play a song because of this. Yeah, like if I just have the pop resonate into different length tubes, I can produce a bunch of different tones. I spent a lot of time thinking about this. I feel like my mind is like a Swedish summer field, just like vast empty spaces, but filled with rabbit holes.
Okay, that's enough self-deprecation for now, which honestly might be an even more self-deprecating thing to say. So the idea is to have some sort of barrel with spikes that will pop the bubbles, but to make that, I need to know exactly where the bubbles are. So my first step is to measure some bubble wrap and 3D print my best guess at a popping barrel.
Oh my God, it's like not popping anything almost. The thing is also what I've noticed is that there's a lot of transmissibility between the different bubbles. So if you push on one bubble, instead of it popping, it will just blow its air into another bubble. But then also like any misalignment between the popping wheel and the bubble and it won't pop. It's not like I'm gonna take this instrument to like a stage and play a live concert or anything. Like, it's probably never gonna move outside of these four walls. Like when I run out of other options, I'll drop a bubble wrap album. But not even like an album, just like a Christmas album where I play Christmas songs on the, okay, my plans are way ahead of where this project is at. Hold your plan horses here and get back to the prototyping pony.
So I hopped on my prototyping pony and I applied all my skills and zip tied 2 pieces of pipe together. It didn't work very well.
This one. That's weird. I feel like this, if anything, should pop like every bubble, but it's only popping maybe 1 in 3. Like I'm pushing these materials as hard as they'll let me. Like there's no gap in between them. You know what I think might be happening? I feel like the air is like seeping through from one side of the tube to the other. So instead of it popping, the air kind of just goes like, I wonder, 1 second. So this is just my old yoga mat. I mean, I cut it from a bigger piece. My yoga mat is bigger than this. But anyway, what I'm thinking is that maybe adding a squishy surface could help improve pop reliability. So I'm just gonna put this in here and we'll try it out. Oh. Honestly, I kind of can't believe this worked, but it popped every bubble. So I'm thinking for ultimate pop reliability, you don't want 2 hard surfaces, but you want 1 hard surface and 1 squishy surface. And I have spent the last week trying to figure out the best way to mechanically pop bubble wrap, and I don't know what I've done in a previous life to deserve this, but it has to have been something really good.
So I took my research and called Stu, who is my most trusted engineer when it comes to very specific problem solving. And together we turned this sketch into this. In theory, this music box can play 12 tones over 32 beats, and to program your song, you just have to thread in these rubber studs into the right locations. So all I have to do now is to figure out how to turn this into this. Fortunately, I have a very smart machine and a very smart machinist friend. Her name is Sammy, and she helped me assemble a rotary kit for Sancelia, and just like that, we're in bubble barrel business. So all of these holes need to be tapped, but there's 384 of them, and after a quick test, I realized that if I did it all by hand, it would take me over 6 hours. So my friend Victor lent me this really fancy tapping arm to help make it go faster. This is the face of a woman who realized that she's going to save so much time. Thanks, Victor.
So I got these little rubber feet, and those are what's gonna pop the bubbles. I just wanna double check that this barrel that I have spent so many hours into making actually has the right hole pattern. But if there's anything I've learned, it's that my math very rarely survives the impact of reality. Okay, there's one there, there's one there. There's one there. So far, so good. I can't wait to put this together and then start my new life as a funeral musician. Let's put the fun in funeral. It's too much. So I got all these gears, and I'm just gonna mount them on the barrels, and then we'll figure out what's next.
I know what's next. We're going to spend some time talking about our sponsor, Qualcomm, while we watch some barrel making B-roll. That's me tapping a hole. And do you know what Qualcomm is tapping? Artificial intelligence. They're well positioned to provide superior on-device cloud and edge cloud AI processing, as they are leaders in performance per watt, both on-device and in the cloud. Do you know what I'm the leader of? Nailing voiceovers on the first try. Just kidding. That one took me about 5 times to get right.
This is the barrel that's going to be attached to the hand crank and make the main drum move forward. And I'm going to put this heat shrink around it just to increase the amount of friction and squeeziness. There's something severely wrong, but I don't know what it is.
If there was a slogan for this build, that would be it. There were just so many problems that felt like a staring contest between me and the machine, and as soon as I solved one problem, a new one would pop up. It took me 2 days of fretting to figure out how to mount all the pan flute pipes to the machine, and halfway through the project, my 3D printer broke down, and I had to borrow my friend Jay's printer to make these alignment wheels. And no matter what I tried, the bubble wrap kept on getting tangled between the two barrels. In the end, I solved it by adding these alignment wheels to make sure that the bubble wrap always kept straight. But every step of the way, I always feel like I'm not going to be able to pull it together. Does everyone feel like that? Or is it just me? But somehow I fret and futz and flail my way forward, and after some quick painting, the machine was ready for its big moment.
So we're gonna shoot a music video for the bubble wrap music box together with my friends AJ and Amanda. Amanda drew a bunch of storyboards and AJ wrote a whole custom song for it. And we're filming the whole thing on this smartphone. This video is sponsored by Qualcomm Technologies Inc. And the phone we're using is the Xiaomi Pro 12, and it's powered by the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 1, which is their fastest mobile platform to date. It has a feature called Cyber Focus, and it can determine the outlines of pretty much any subject, like humans or animals or music instruments that didn't exist in the world just 24 hours ago. We also tested out a feature called Super Night that makes it a lot easier to shoot at night. And bottom line is that Qualcomm has been investing in AI for over a decade, and you can really tell with the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 mobile platform because this thing was honestly a joy to film with. Thanks Qualcomm for sponsoring this video. And now, the music video. I hope you like it. Send me all your song requests and I'll play it on the bubble wrap music box. Does it work perfectly? No. I think it generally gets maybe like 7 out of 10 tones, but also I've just been using the same roll of bubble wrap over and over again, and I think it's getting a little bit depleted. I was actually planning on making a plastic glove making station so that I could reuse old bubble wrap to make paint gloves, but I ran out of time, so I'm gonna save that for another day. Also, I feel like this video just became a long parade of me thanking all my friends, but truly, so many people had part in this build. I'm gonna put a link in the description to Qualcomm and to everyone who helped out with this build. And yeah, just one last thing. I printed out these sheet music things that we use in the industry. I'm the industry. It's just me. I'm gonna try to transpose the song. Okay, bye.
Reference to Qualcomm may mean Qualcomm Incorporated, Qualcomm Technologies Inc., and/or other subsidiaries.